George had always been an average guy. He wasn't the fastest, the strongest, or the smartest in any room. But there was something about George that set him apart: his determination. Growing up, George faced countless challenges. His family struggled financially, and he never had the best clothes, the coolest gadgets, or the fanciest toys. But what he did have was a dream to one day rise above his circumstances and make a difference in the world. As a teenager, George struggled academically. His grades were mediocre, and no one expected much from him. Even his teachers would sometimes say, "George, maybe you should lower your expectations. Not everyone is destined for greatness." But George refused to accept that. He knew that success wasn't about talent or intelligence. It was about perseverance. Every night after school, while his friends played video games or went out, George spent hours studying. When things got tough, he reminded himself that his hard work would pay off. Slowly but surely, his grades improved. And by the time he graduated, George wasn't just passing, he was excelling. But George's journey didn't stop there. He wanted to go to college, but his family couldn't afford it. Rather than giving up, George got a job. He worked long hours, saving every penny. It wasn't easy. There were days when he was exhausted, days when he doubted himself, but he kept pushing forward. Eventually, George saved enough to enroll in a local college. Once again, things weren't easy. He juggled schoolwork, a job, and the pressure of expectations. But every time George felt like giving up, he remembered why he started. He was determined to succeed, not just for himself, but for his family, for everyone who ever doubted him, and for the future he dreamed of. Years passed, and George graduated with honors. He landed a job at a reputable company, quickly rising through the ranks. But more importantly, he never forgot where he came from. George started a scholarship fund for students from low-income families, ensuring that others like him had the opportunity to chase their dreams too. The message of George's story is simple. It doesn't matter where you start. What matters is how hard you're willing to work, how much you're willing to sacrifice, and how determined you are to succeed. George wasn't the most talented or the luckiest, but his grit and perseverance led him to a life of success and fulfillment. If George could achieve his dreams against all odds, so can you. Never let anyone tell you what you can't do. Keep pushing, keep working, and remember, the only limits that exist are the ones you place on yourself.